Other major issues up for debate will include balancing the budget and tax reform. A local lawmaker has long supported expanding the tax base, but will that also mean a tax increase? State Senator Ann Rest is the chair of the Senate Tax Reform Committee, and Mike got a chance to sit down with her earlier today.
Thank you, Alex. State Senator Ann Rest is with us, and thanks so much for being here. She is the chairwoman of the Tax Reform Committee in the Senate. And one goal, Ann, as I understand it, is to broaden the base and collect sales taxes from more items in Minnesota. Why do this?
Well, it's a real important feature of a modern tax system to have a broad base and a low rate. That leads stability to a system, and that's what we're going to be looking for. Whether we consider expanding the sales tax base to clothing, to remote sales on the internet, to downloading of digital goods, to a wide variety of items that are not currently in the tax base.
There's a lot of things we don't charge.
There's a lot of things, and we're going to be looking at any of them and all of them that legislators want us to.
I know a lot of people like the idea of not paying tax on clothing, but that could be done, you think, at a lower rate?
It could be done at a lower rate, and it could also be done only on purchases like above $200. So people who want to spend $500 on a pair of shoes, they'll be paying tax on, according to that proposal, on the amount above $200. People who buy shoes at $150, they won't be paying any tax on those.
And all this could be done, you think, tax neutral, where you don't bring in, the state doesn't bring in more tax than it is now?
It certainly could be done that way, but we will figure out what it will bring in at the current rate, and then we can accordingly reduce it if the legislature wants to do that.
Now to the state budget, which, as I understand it, is a $1 billion deficit. And
going forward, right.
Going forward. So what is the chances of balancing that budget without a tax increase? Well,
I think that we're probably going to be looking at both revenues and cutting spending. I don't know that that it makes sense in terms of what Minnesotans value to do it all on one or all on the other. Most importantly, we'll be looking forward to the governor's ideas that he'll present in his budget on January 22nd.
And how tough will that be with Republicans if it's some of each?
Well, I think that I think they'll be called upon to be reasonable in looking at the entire budget as a comprehensive solution to the structural deficit. And I certainly welcome their suggestions for doing so.
All right, thank you very much. State Senator Ann Rest from New Hope.